The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Tsuburaya Productions.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 21 of In Comparison.
It's been a while.
Indeed.
For anybody who is for any reason new to this is the show, because it's been a while. This is the show where we compare a Sentai to its Power Ranger counterpart.
Yes.
Today we're doing Zuden Sentai Kyoryuger versus Power Rangers Dino Charge and Power Rangers Dino Super Charge.
Kyoryuger part dos.
Because we're still in the Super era. Though
Yeah.
this is
Beast
the
Morphers isn't doing a season 2, thank God.
this
Not
is
well,
the
Super.
only one more after this in the Super era.
Why did you have to remind me?
I'm just saying because there's only
Oh,
one more.
right.
There's only one more. All right, so
I'm sad.
No.
we're going to start, like we normally do, we're going to compare aspects of each show with music, characters, theme, tone, and overall quality. So, why don't we start with the opening theme song, Kyoryuger versus Dino Charge.
I think Dino Charge is better.
I think it's really hard for me to pick one.
Okay, I can see why.
I'm actually
They're both great.
They are. I know, that's the part that gets me.
It's also just fine. This is the first season since Neo Saban that it's not just a rehash of the original Mighty Morphin theme.
But it's still in there.
It's still in there, but they took the old and they made it new again.
I feel like it's in there as well just because this is another dinosaur theme like the original Mighty Morphin.
They also don't just say Go-Go Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There's actual words that come after it.
In a world full.
Alright, anyway. Kyoryuger.
Okay. So
I think that the genres of music are so
different.
different, it's hard to compare the two.
Yeah, but I think the thing, like I said, I'm just really tired of the rehash. Even with it not being the full thing, I just rather not have it in there at all. And the Kyoryuger one is original.
I'm giving it to Kyoryuger because no matter whenever I think back, I always sing the Kyoryuger theme over singing the Dino Charge theme.
Don't get me wrong, they're both good.
They're both very good.
They're both very good.
I remember when they announced or they revealed the Dino Charge theme song before Dino Charge came out. I listened to that while doing homework because it was on repeat over and over.
I just want more originality.
And we'll get it.
I feel like the
Yeah.
Dino Charge opening gets me more pumped up.
That's fair.
I feel like if I was at the gym,
that drum beat though.
I feel like if I was at the gym and I had the choice between listening to either one of these songs while I was doing my cardio,
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like I'd go with the Dino Charge one.
See, I would too, but that's
Especially at the beginning.
Yeah, you can just like run to that beat.
Anyway,
It's a very
Pump
close,
it up to the drum beat. It's
very close race.
just based on, yeah. That's what we think about that. Oh, let's get to these characters.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about Tyler and Daigo, a.k.a. King, a.k.a. King Ranger. Wait, nope, that's a different character.
Ha!
That's right. That's O-Ranger.
Yeah.
See what you did there. All right, but seriously, moving on. Tyler versus King.
Tyler and
Neither one of them are good. I'm talking about the King Rangers.
Yeah.
Tyler was pretty good though.
Tyler,
I like Tyler a lot.
I like Tyler a lot too.
He had the same story beats as King of I'm super cheery a lot and I'm looking for my lost dad, but he gave it
Except
more.
he felt like a person.
I was gonna say he gave it more weight.
Yeah. He found him on the beach somewhere while talking to God. That was a Contact reference.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Tyler's a much better character though.
he is.
Marcus.
And he's a much better leader.
Yes.
Do I want to know what's going on with you?
No, you don't. You really, really don't.
But yeah,
Okay.
Tyler's a much better character because he doesn't have any of the pitfalls that King does as just a character in itself.
And you can tell he's so excited to be here.
Yeah, Brennan Mejia really did well with his character.
I feel that way about all the actors in the show.
Which
Yeah.
is absolutely hilarious for me is a show I watched after this that I did not expect to see him in.
What is that?
Season 1 of American Horror Story.
Really?
He was in the last episode of Murder House.
Yeah,
He's the
really?
family. He is part of the family that moves in after the main characters of that season.
Okay.
And he literally rides in on a skateboard and like runs into the ghost. I just sort of went, "Holy shit! It's Dino Charge Red."
But I really like.
Good for him for getting work outside of Power Rangers.
Actually, it's quite a bit of things from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So does Shelby.
Would-
But
You just don't see that a lot with Power Ranger actors.
it's true. But I really like Brennan. It's like he really brings. I'm talking about the actual actor.
Oh, okay.
Brendan
Mahia. He really brings just like a certain amount of freshness to the character that I feel like Daigo is just an overall whole didn't really have.
And the fact that he starts off meeting Pink in the first episode sets the story that is throughout the rest of the season, and I do mean throughout the rest of the season, much more grounded.
And we'll talk about that at the end.
It's much more. I'm just saying,
it is a much better character.
Everything about his character and every plot he gets is much better written.
Because it feels like he legitimately has to grow as a person.
It's so much more original footage.
It is.
That's something we need to bring up.
We'll talk about that when we get to the overall
show.
But yeah, Tyler I feel he has a growth throughout this show.
Yeah.
After he finds his dad, he really has to figure out how to become his own person. Because that was like most of his character. And then it's just like, oh wait, we have a bad guy that we have to fight, but I actually have to realize more about myself as we get to that point.
Because these are all teenagers. These are teenagers again. Ish.
No, they're in their early 20s, if anything. All of them.
Yeah.
Well, I thought one of them was like 19. No, we're not talking Coda because that's not fair.
Yeah, he throws that curve off hard. But
anyway, so they all seem like teenager mentally.
Well, no, I was
in that
college aged.
I guess in that area of figuring yourself out.
Yeah, they're very college aged, and I think.
So
really
should we move on to Coda?
No, we're actually going to talk about Chase.
Yes.
The second on the list.
Fair enough.
Chase and Ian.
It's nice to get another to have a actor from New Zealand not have to hide his accent.
Yeah, and they actually go to New Zealand.
That was so great.
And
also he doesn't go, "Hi, I'm Xanda," every fucking second.
I do like Chase. They did keep the womanizer thing there,
but they toned it down.
Yeah,
he's a flirt, but he's not like creepy.
Yeah, he's a flirt, and he's a skater, which kind of a lot of that goes hand in hand in the stereotype.
Yeah, and I like the way that they really made him and Riley build off of each other, especially during the first season. That was like most of their relationship, and I really do like Chase.
Yeah,
just as a character because it felt like
he's pretty.
He had growth. Ian, though, I think also did fairly well in this because he wasn't necessarily the same person that he was at the beginning and at the end of the show itself.
Yeah, you may be right, but I definitely still prefer Chase.
I'm not 100% sure who I'd give this to. I think I'm actually going to give it to Ian because his character art was a little bit more concrete.
Yeah.
Chase's wasn't nearly as much, especially in Supercharge.
I just liked it more as a character.
I don't blame you.
I can see it going to either, but for overall character growth, I'd have to give it to Ian.
Same reasons.
Yeah, pretty much, because he had that darker backstory.
Yeah.
That you can't really give somebody in an American show on Nickelodeon.
I feel like you can. It's just it has to be approached differently.
Yeah, you can't use the word death or die.
You can use the
or
word destroy.
Kill. God, I fucking hate that censorship. Moving on. I don't want to get into a rant on the FCC. Let's just move on.
Koda and Osan.
I like Osan more.
They're such different characters.
They are very different characters, but which one did I have more fun watching? It was Osan.
When he puts it that way.
Yeah.
But which one I have more fun watching and which one do I remember more? I actually remember
It's still Osan for me.
For me, I remember Koda more. He left more of an impression on me because as a character, he grew more than Osan did.
He left a different impression on me, but okay.
Are you talking about his physical attractiveness again? Okay.
Just
making sure we're on the same page. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Fair enough, Marcus. Fair enough.
Yoshi Sudarso is unfair. But,
like that video he did of just his workout routine?
God, fucking shit. Koda's great, though. I loved his... And it's weird because I
was very skeptical.
With the caveman aspect of it?
When we heard about that.
Yeah.
That he was a caveman from 10,000 years ago, blah, blah, blah.
Frozen.
But they played it very well, in my opinion. And he got, as characters, he grew more as a person. So honestly, I'm giving it to Koda.
Yeah. I don't even blame you. I don't really remember much. The only thing I really remember about Osan was his sister.
I remember the puns. I remember the fighting style. I remember how, even just his face, I remember how unique he looked from the rest of the cast.
He did look old.
Again, this is a very close race.
Yeah.
But for me, Coda left more of an impression.
I'm just talking about the overall because it's not in the first one. But,
You mean, but I was just...
Yeah,
so far, Red is the only one that hasn't been close.
Yeah.
But it's just, Coda had more, I don't want to say personality, but it's kind of like it's almost like they swapped Ian's dark backstory and gave it to Coda in this.
Because of his brother?
Because of his little brother that he pretty much essentially died saving. He went back.
Oh, yeah.
He essentially, we'll get to that in a minute. He essentially died saving, and which is why the Dino Gem chose him.
Yeah.
He was and
That's
but as Osan, his whole thing was tied to
family.
When your entire character is tied to somebody else as opposed to yourself, I think that sticks with me more.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it to Coda, and I keep stealing the spotlight. Who are you giving it to? Because you're the only one who's yet to decide. You can say tie. We've done it before.
I'm going to give it to Coda, only because of the reason that you mentioned.
Just the fact that
it's not so tied into somebody else. It's more tied into himself.
Mm-hmm.
Green. So we have Riley and Soji.
Riley. I'm giving it to... He was the brains of the group.
Yeah.
He was the smart one. Mm-hmm. He was a swords farmer.
Yes.
But I think he just left more impression on me as a character. Riley was so in the background. I'm sorry. Yeah. What?
Question. What did Riley really do in the second half of this show?
What did most of them really do in the second half of this show?
My point still stands. I'm going to actually give this one to Soji. His whole thing was really... He had to open up the most to the team, and that Ian...
Really? I thought that was Ian.
It was really both of them, because Ian helped Soji the most throughout the rest of the show.
And to your point, what did Shota do for the first half of Kyoryuger? They swapped.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm giving it more because I feel like in terms of skill set, he brought more to the table. He was extremely intelligent. He was very gifted at swordplay, and he was a farmer. So if they ever have the apocalypse, good. I'm just kidding.
I mean, to be fair, I still remember like the biggest thing I remember about.
He had a big brother that he had to live up. Like he had that big brother aspect.
Yeah.
Whereas Shota was an only child.
The thing I remember the most about Riley is that one episode when they were trapped inside that building, and he had to figure out math throughout.
There was that episode, and then there was the episode he had to deal with a bully. And instead of fighting him,
he would have whooped his ass.
He would have whooped his ass. He helped. He befriended him. So that says a lot to that character as well. Which that was also the same episode where everyone was turned stupid, and Tyler had his wallet out and he goes, "Is there a Teeler?" It was, "This is Tyler. That's me." When they're all done, and I died laughing.
This is that season where they actually tried.
They tried.
Shelby.
Well, hold on.
What do you have to say?
Honestly, nothing about these two. It could really go either way for me.
You can just want to say tie and call it a day, or
nope. I'm gonna say it's a no contest.
No contest. Thanks, Super Smash Brothers announcer.
Yes.
Anyway.
Okay, that's fair.
Shelby and Amy.
They're both fine for what their shows offer. I don't really prefer either one over the other.
Shelby and Amy. I mean, this is obvious.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely obvious to me.
Shelby.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Look, she had an entire arc outside of somebody else. The same thing that you said about Osan and Coda.
She had...
Amy's thing was...
proving herself.
More or less, and then it all became about King, and that didn't go well.
No, sorry, you said Amy. I was talking about Shelby.
Yeah. Shelby became about proving herself to Kendall, to her dad, and the romance aspect actually worked because it was there from the beginning.
And the chemistry was there.
Yeah, it's true.
The chemistry is there with all these actors.
Yeah.
I think this cast gelled very well together.
They really did. I also adore how much they mirrored plot points of the Sentai and how many Sentai references there were. I think it was episode 3 or 4. Koda is humming the theme song to Kyoryuger.
And then Yoshi Sudarso just decided, hey, I'm going to go to Japan and show up in Ninja.
Oh, yeah, that did happen. Because the guy who plays Koda adores Super Sentai.
Along with his brother.
And that was still the coolest thing.
About Ninja Steel?
That was the only good thing about Ninja Steel.
Was the cast announcement where he didn't know that his little brother was going to play
I love how you're
one of
not
the Rangers?
Yeah. But they revealed the video where they also revealed the video like behind of like everything getting prepared for that surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just heartwarming. And too bad the show fucking sucked.
Yeah, Shelby is a great character.
She
has a legitimate growth.
I love how in every pose I find her in, she is just so full of attitude.
She is amazing. She
will take
She has black girl
none
magic.
of your shit.
She has black girl magic. And I just adore her for it. I love her actress. I think she's in the 300. Her actress is
in the what?
The 300?
You mean the 100?
That too.
Because 300, I'm about to say.
That's a movie.
That's the Spartans.
But yeah, I think she's in that show. I'm not 100% sure, so I can check on that. But yeah, I absolutely adore Shelby. It seems like she just had so much more growth, and the thing that really helped facilitate that was definitely Kendall, but we'll talk about her later.
Mm-hmm.
But Shelby definitely wins over Amy. Amy just got so wrapped up in one person, and I'm just like, it didn't even do anything for that one person.
She was not.
She's in something recently.
Versus Good Doctor.
Oh, she was in The Good Doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
American Vandal.
We'll come back to it. But yeah, I definitely adore Shelby. Amy just didn't do much of anything. I think her biggest the worst part is she was wrapped up in King later, but that's to a minimal extent.
Are we talking about Amy again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her first thing was actually getting Uchi like assimilated into regular society, more or less.
Yeah.
Her character is always wrapped up in someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And that does nothing for her. Let's talk about a great character. Sir Ivan of Xandar. I love him so much.
I prefer Uchi.
Both of these characters are great. I love them both. Ivan just because he is weirdly
You loved
hilarious.
that one episode where he tried to recruit his own team. He got like a cross guard.
Well, that was great. I'm also thinking about the whole coat thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love Ivan. He's just so prim and proper, and that works against him more often than not, and I love that.
Because chivalry is dead.
It is. I just love Ivan. Ivan is a hilarious, hilarious character.
But
Yeah.
compared to Uchi.
Oh, God, Uchi's just so precious.
I feel like Uchi...
Because Ivan had the same thing.
It was the same plotline.
Yeah. Ivan had the same thing of being trapped in the armor.
I think Ivan had the plus where is that Tyler... Did Tyler look like his previous lord?
No.
So he didn't have that crutch.
Mm-mm.
But
God, this is hard.
Uchi, I think, had more personality.
He had more personality.
He had more charisma.
Yeah, it was more anger. Especially towards
Like...
the goal.
Yeah, Ivan was just, I am a knight. And Uchi was like, just fun. He was just fun. Especially in the 100 Years After special, but we'll get there in a minute.
For me, this is another no contest.
Honestly,
It could go either way.
I'm gonna have to go with him on this because they're so fucking similar.
Yeah, they are very similar characters.
He's literally just a quote unquote Eastern or Western version of Uchi.
Mm-hmm.
Knight versus samurai.
I'm gonna give it to Uchi in this case, solely because of especially his ending with the gold. I think that was pretty damn great.
Okay.
The Graphite Ranger, Prince Philip and Balkan Silver.
Tessai.
Yes.
Honestly, I want to give it to Graphite. He had more of a character. He was trying to prove himself to the Dino Gem, and he realized that being...
The way that he was doing it wasn't working.
Yeah, he had an arc. And he didn't show up enough to where... He didn't show up often enough to where it was, diluted at all. And he was just fun. Just watching him pay...
Try.
Watching him try and, pretty much empty his entire country's bank accounts to help people. And he's like, why won't you love me? Rock!
Damn you, Dwayne.
And we're back to Hobbs and Shaw. Full circle. I would have to give it to the Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Though it's a generic plot line, like he saves the little sister, and that's when he can do it, and I'm like, of course, but it's still...
It's only because he had legitimate growth. Tessai was dead.
So nowhere to go.
Also, he was a liar. He is not bald. That is not the Ranger way.
Anyway.
I'm going to go with Prince Philip as well.
Yeah.
Prince Philip.
Should we move on to...
Aqua and Science.
I love how they changed the names to Aqua and Graphite.
It makes it more. Although I could think they could have kept Violet, but they didn't for the next one. Aqua and Science. We have James and Ramirez.
Sorry. Ramirez versus James.
Tyler's dad, because they changed that.
Which I honestly enjoyed. I'm glad when he found him very randomly.
Well, it was during the whole the T-Rex taking him over. Yeah. But in this case, it was Cyan who helped get him back.
Yeah. But literally, he literally just appeared out of nowhere. He was like, I'm here. I'm Cyan. What's up?
I'm still the same age. I look like your brother.
But they kind of wrote that off as the Dino Gems.
Yeah, the Dino Gems keep people young.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Coda would have...
That's what happened to Coda.
Yeah, otherwise he would have aged rapidly.
Though they could have just said that's what the ice did, but as, every other frozen and ice plot lines...
It worked for Captain America.
Yeah.
It's really good for your skin.
But yeah,
just opens the pores.
Freezes them over.
Brought to you by Glacier.
Glacier by Lorelei.
And Calvin Klein.
And Calvin Klein.
Anyway, there's really not a lot of character
in Ramirez.
In either.
Or James.
About to say, to compare. They're very...
Because I'm going to go with James.
Really enough.
Because of the dad connection, and because
he shows up more often?
Not just that he shows up more often, but because I feel like...
It's a dad that comes back.
The way his dad being a ranger is executed in this show, and how they have that good connection, and because the actors have such good chemistry, and because it is so story focused.
That's fair.
Such more tied to the story than I felt Kyoryuger's was. I'm going to give it to James.
And the fact that I feel like they actually alluded to him a little bit more, because Ankydon's, equivalent shows up in the first season. Mm-hmm. So they know the Aqua Ranger has to be out there somewhere.
Right, because the Zords can't be active unless the Dino Gem's been found.
And there was actually
Is it Dino Gem, or am I losing my mind?
No, it's a Dino Gem.
Energem.
Energems. What's Dino Gem?
Difference.
Where am I getting Dino Gem from?
Dino Thunder.
Damn it. Same thing. One's a rock, one's a tube. Moving on.
Just a random thing about this. They actually did a fake out like a couple of times with who the Aqua Ranger was. Because they had this one lady who would show up every once in a while just in an aqua vest. Like she was always running around.
Because if you're a ranger, you have to wear your color.
Obviously. But I like how they did that fake out for this character.
I also love how when they were trying to decide a new owner for the Violet Ranger, what do they call it in this one if it's not Violet?
The purple.
Oh, there's purple. For purple, they set up the fake thing. And just all the assholes come out. That was pretty goddamn great.
That was a great episode.
It's like they save her, and it's like, money.
Now, here's a four-way thing here. Because we have Dr. Ushade, the original guy who had the purple energy, Yayoi, and Kendall. But we're going to separate these two. We're going to talk about Ushade and the old guy.
I like the old guy.
Yes.
Arthur?
Yes. He was great.
Because he wanted to do good with this power, but he was too scared to really do anything other than stop bike thieves.
It felt like his plan was never to go about just being a local hero. Mm-hmm. That was his
friendly
whole
neighborhood
thing.
Purple.
Yeah, he was literally just the guy who was just like, I'm
in
out
New
here.
Zealand.
I was out here stopping.
Purple Ranger.
He was.
I did love didn't he have an eye patch he didn't actually need?
His whole thing was just out there making sure that he stopped people from doing just like regular bad things. Mm-hmm. It was never his plan to go out and just be a worldwide hero. He didn't have those aspirations, and at the end of the day, he really didn't have the courage to do it either. But I think that
AKA much more of a character.
Yeah.
Than my back breaks too easy. Bye.
I mean, he was out in space doing stuff out in space. figuring out
where your bones don't have as much mass.
Yeah. He was out there figuring out how Davos, Dr. Rashad was out there figuring out how Davos actually destroyed this other planet.
So, yes, I'm going to agree with you both. Arthur Ranford, wonderful character, and his Japanese counterpart just annoyed me.
Same.
I didn't like him at all.
Kendall and Yayoi.
Kendall.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
Because she was there from the beginning.
She's not just that she's there from the beginning. I liked her as a character.
Yeah.
Also, I love that moment where she had to fight with a shovel, and you could just tell she was mirroring her future fight style in the stock footage.
In Mystery Men.
What?
The shoveler.
Okay. I didn't get that reference.
But
I shovel well.
Also, Andre the Black Nerd, don't get so violent.
But yeah, she had some definite growth. She was so stuck up.
She was such a bitch.
And it reflected with her interactions with Shelby,
mm-hmm.
which really helped both of their characters because Kendall had to get over herself.
Yeah.
And I think that just made it that much better.
And it really didn't help because she kept being passed over as a ranger.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
it just wasn't her. And then she got the violet one. And she felt a lot better throughout the rest of the show where she just calmed down, got off her high horse, and really started to interact with the team less as a mentor because she wasn't the mentor. She just kept thinking that she was one because of her own ego.
No, she was Billy, but she couldn't see that she was just Billy.
No, she wasn't Billy either because Billy didn't have the ego to go with it.
But I'm just saying, no, her role was the smart one with gadgets.
Yeah.
She was just Billy, and she did not realize she was Billy.
I still liked her a lot.
Oh, no.
She definitely
Especially when she took a chill pill.
Yayoi didn't really have a lot. Her whole thing was, I like Daigo. Oh, wait, you like Daigo? I guess I'll back off then. That was
also, I made this thing.
Use it well.
But yeah, I definitely like Kendall. Kendall was just a great, strong character.
I don't know if this is an appropriate time to bring this up, but I also really liked their base of operations.
Oh yeah, the base was so cool.
The Ember Beach Dinosaur Museum.
The fact that you entered it through a slide because this wasn't. We have to keep remembering this is a kid show.
I think it's cool.
I love the stand for the Energems, and they just hold their hands up and they just. Or they just hold it and it goes back. I thought that was always cool.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever Keeper goes.
I also just love that it's a dinosaur museum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that there is a museum dedicated solely to dinosaurs.
I love there's a museum with
where
a fast food
rangers can
restaurant
work
in
and
it where
hang
they
out.
all work.
Yes, the Dino Bite Cafe.
Yeah, sweet.
I want to eat there. Was it sad? I want to eat there.
I mean, food.
The food looked
If
good.
it means I get to hang out with the Power Rangers, of course I want to.
If it means I get to eat food.
Oh, yeah. That's always good.
Here's a four-way
Eat food,
thing.
see dinosaurs.
That's happening here. We have to do this as a legit four-way.
Another one?
Yes, but this one we're actually going to have to keep it together. Zenowing, Keeper, Torian, and Densetsu. Actually, we should have done Densetsu with James.
Yeah.
Well, this is a really hard one because they mix so much.
Yeah.
I think we should compare.
Actually, let's go back and do James and Densetsu.
I'm still going with James.
Say
it. Moving on. Let's do Zenowing and Torian. Torian.
Zenowing came in too late.
He came in way too late. He was just a ranger from a different planet. Torian brought so much more to the table because he was the mentor.
And he was also the previous bad guy.
Yeah. But
I'm going to agree with
yeah,
what you're saying.
We're getting the easy one out of the way.
Yeah.
Now here's the hard one. Torian with Keeper. I would still go Torian only because I'm going to reenact Keeper's role in all of Dino Charge.
Okay. Say
I'm mad.
I'm mad.
This is what you do instead, and this is my wisdom for this episode. Goodbye. That's essentially what he did.
It is accurate.
He's E.T., who was very wise. He showed up, gave his wisdom, and he left to go take his nap.
He did that a lot. Yeah, quite a bit, actually. God.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, he was the one who
brought
the Energems after stealing it from Sledge and the others.
Like, I'm not saying he's a bad mentor.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I thought he was a good mentor, but in terms of which one did I have more fun watching, which one did I look forward to seeing more, who brought more to the story,
he brought snaps.
It's Torian.
He brought badass snaps.
He made it more snappy.
I do.
But
really
again,
agree.
Keeper was a very good mentor.
Yeah, I mean, both Torian and Keeper are very good mentors. But it's just like Torian had.
I think both of them were on top 5s for their respective lists.
Yeah.
I just think that Keeper didn't have as much.
I guess his costume was just expensive.
Either that, it's just like he didn't have as much in terms of an overall character.
Because that's all he was the mentor.
You bringing up the expensive costume is actually an interesting point I never thought of, because Keeper just has the head and the hands.
But he's also the height, so that means somebody around that height has to be wearing it because he's shorter than everybody.
Definitely Torian, though.
But yeah.
Torian just had more. Even though Keeper got the Energems away from Sledge's crew and then brought them to Earth, gave him the Dino.
Oh yeah, we never questioned his ability for combat.
Because they actually showed that off.
But he's like Yoda in the original trilogy. He too old for that shit, and if he tried, he'd probably wipe the floor with everybody.
His back didn't break first.
Sledge's crew and Lord Arcanon's
Can we just do this
Yeah, we're gonna do this
as a group as opposed to comparison? I like the concept from
the bounty hunter thing.
I was going to talk about Kyoryuger. I like their designs. I like the concepts. I like their plan. That they have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
There is a end goal that I think was stronger than with Sledge. However, Sledge was so much more fun to watch.
He was a hilarious
I am
character.
giving this to Sledge hands down.
Yeah, Sledge is cool.
I had so much more fun watching Sledge
be constantly tortured.
I love
and berated by his fiancée.
But also her trying to please him at the same time. Their dynamic was fun. It is like a little bit generic, like angry villain, but I thought it was well justified in this one.
He was very Lord Zedish,
and also that, but the way in which monsters and generals come from, I thought that was done really well in this show.
That they're bounties
that he's collected,
and he's promised them their freedom.
I'll give you your freedom if you kill the Power Rangers for me.
And there was so many past Power Ranger references in those cages. It was amazing. Not to mention, though he does not really have a comparison in this. Echo and what's it?
Heckle and Snide.
Heckle and Snide doesn't have a comparison.
Well, yes, but no.
You're going to say Endorf?
No.
Because he shows up.
Death Reuser, but still.
But yeah, that's movie versus
comic.
But anyway, the whole...
He was also great.
I mentioned this in the Kyoryuger review. The whole singular emotion, extreme of that emotion, I didn't really find that appealing to watch at all.
That's fair.
I felt like Sledge and his crew had much more freedom to be more expressive. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even if they were still pretty one note because they are Power Rangers villains.
The suit of armor was still sad all the time.
Not the most complex, but
he wasn't a crying bitch.
Yeah, the suit of armor was always angry all the time.
I wasn't going to say that. I felt like they had more freedom to be more expressive.
Yeah.
To actually express.
And didn't Lucky Edo come in later as I made you a friend for his fiance? He's like,
Curio.
I made you a friend to get off my back. Which I think is sums up that character perfectly.
Yeah. He's just like, wow, get away. Get away from me.
I don't blame him.
I have to give it to Sledge and his crew in comparison just because, just like he said, they had more to work with and they left so much more of an impression. Though I do love that later in Dino Super Charge, we still get Endorf and the suits from the other villain. Mm-hmm. And they
get destroyed later.
Yeah, but so they can still use that stock footage.
Yeah. Also, really, I like the fact that we actually get to see them again next season for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
they do show up in Ninja Steel for just a little bit, and they leave, but still. Overall, let's talk about the other pink elephant in the room between Tyler and Shelby and Amy and what she thinks is king.
This is Power Rangers gave us a real relationship with actual chemistry with two characters who were fond of each other before they really became Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was developed throughout the course of the season.
And it made sense. It made a lot of sense why those two got together. And I'm sitting here like, all right, your relationship makes sense.
Also, we watched them get together in the show.
It's true. And it's been quite some time since we got into something like that.
Yeah. He didn't push her out of a ship. By the way,
The other dinosaurs
he did
come
not
back.
push her out the window and she just fell. Pleasuwan was there.
I was like, it was either Pleasuwan or
For her,
Goals.
Pleasuwan was shown in the background for her to fall into.
Okay.
The rocket ship was there to catch her.
I forgot.
I was like, it's either gold or purple.
Yeah, purple was there.
Because I couldn't remember how. I just
Peace, bitch!
That's what I remembered happening. Yeah.
You'll survive. Probably. I'm not 100% sure.
You're a Power
See you
Ranger.
later if you make it.
We should get something. Dinner, drink, I don't know.
Or Splat. Maybe
Or
I'll just-
Splat.
Yeah, who knows?
Moving on.
But I really enjoyed just Tyler
I
and
don't-
Shelby actually having a legitimate relationship that grew on screen. Unlike King and Amy, who had, I like this person, oh wait, you like this person, let's explore this a total of 3 times.
And the fact that
Over-
he's giving praise to a heterosexual relationship means a lot.
Says a lot. If it's built up, okay. It just has to be built up. There has to be actual
Also,
basis.
they were adorable.
They were adorable.
Maybe not like Amazing Spider-Man with Peter and Gwen levels of adorable, but I just wanted to set him off. Moving on.
He knows I hate those movies.
I'm not saying they're good movies. I just thought their chemistry was great.
Oh wait, we're talking about Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I said Peter and Gwen.
I could. Well.
Moving on.
However,
Now I'm just mad.
Yay! I win!
I'm just so mad now. Why'd you have to bring that up?
I win.
however, the ending of Supercharge.
Oh, God.
You know what? It didn't bother me.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
What?
You know what?
What?
Giving it to Supercharge though. You want to know why? Want to know why?
Because
Want
it's
to know
better
why?
than Kyoryuger?
Because it's
Yes.
time to slam jam.
No. You want to know why? Here's why. Because it was a team effort.
Yeah.
You know,
like a team.
I heard there was a team there.
Now, there are so many paradoxes in this that Doctor Who would cry, but still.
Alternate universe.
You
at
also
the
have
end
to
of the
keep
day.
in mind time travel works differently and everything.
Also,
Thanks, Endgame.
Also,
Well, that's not just Endgame. They're right.
I know.
also,
That's just movies and TV in general.
alternate universe.
It's still dumb.
I never said it wasn't.
I still go with the fan theory that SPD came and fixed everything.
They didn't.
You know, our heroes triumphed over evil,
At the end of the day,
and I didn't really need much else.
but it's still
Coda goes back to being a caveman
Sure, why not?
and just telling people there will be cars.
And dinosaurs.
But first, I have to explain to you the wheel.
Maybe Coda's the one who invents the wheel.
God, please no.
Maybe it was already invented and he reinvented the wheel,
But
turning it into what we know today.
Did we just both stop mid-sentence?
Yeah, we
Because-
You did!
I don't like you.
He's getting me back for Spider-Man.
But yeah, at the end of the day, definitely going to give
Overall,
this
a better show to Dino Charge.
Do Dino Charge.
So, like, they focus so much more on the fact that it's an ensemble.
Yes, which is what the Sentai should have been, but it wasn't. It was just a writer show.
And the only good Power Rangers in all of Neo Saban.
Also
Yeah.
very true.
yeah.
This is the one saving
Also,
grace.
the bullshit mechanics that with every Neo Saban of, like, cockpit-only suits and stuff
Ugh, that was
didn't bother me as much in this one.
yeah, but I was still trying to forget it.
I'm just saying, it wasn't as bad as, like, Samurai.
Did do the full black mask thing though.
But you do...
I did like that better.
and the sword specifically for the cockpit, that was kind of cool.
And since we're talking about the entire show, the original footage,
There's a lot of it.
there is
so
much, both in and out of suit original footage in this show, and it's amazing.
And then we get a lot more of it from Beast Morphers because we're going to not talk about what happens next. But yeah,
Because we're not looking forward to it.
This was the diamond in the rough that is Neo Saban.
yeah.
Yeah.
And next time we're back in the rough when episode
The
22.
deepest of roughs.
Oh my god, that
Well,
the
for this-
diamond was-
There are no diamonds. It's just lava and creepers.
I might actually die next episode.
Thank you, Minecraft reference.
I might actually die next episode.
It's gonna
When
suck.
we get to episode 22, when we talk about Ninja
Sure.
and Ninja Steel.
Steel.
There's no hope. Send your prayers and your patrons to us. Go to our Patreon. We got a new patron, by the way.
Yay!
Let me see if I can find his name really quick because I know I have it on my email.
But as always, let us know what you think of Dino Charge versus Kyoryuger.
John Toomey.
Thank you.
Thank you for your $10 Patreon.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Thank you so much for supporting us on that level.
And leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. We really should have put... No, never mind. Because we recorded this right after the Kyoryuger review anyway. But
Killed the wasp.
I thought you were going to bring it up.
I wasn't going to bring it up at the end of the last video.
Fair
We
enough.
killed the wasp.
Fair enough.
Anyway, let us know what
So
you
we're
think of
safe
the
now.
movies of Kyoryuger or the... It's Korean, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
Korean version of Kyoryuger.
Dino Force Brave, which is the sequel.
And we can maybe read off a few comments during those videos.
Yes.
But as always, follow us on all the things. We will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.